back to another wonderful episode of Vulgar Video Vlogtober, where we continue our favorite horror for this week. My name is Jessica, and this is my wonderful co-host. And today we are going to be reviewing Samo's second favorite horror movie.
This is going to be Psycho from 1960. Of course, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. The runtime is about 109 minutes. This is going to also be on Blu-ray because, of course, I'm going to own... Actually, I think I own 2 copies of Psycho on Blu-ray, strangely. It is considered to be, sort of the grandfather of the modern horror genre. So, it's a good place to start. What are your thoughts going in?
I'm excited.
This is pretty much what started the whole slasher genre of sorts. Well, this and Peeping Tom, which I think came out the year before, but...
But still, it's a classic. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not a big fan of this movie, I don't know why you wouldn't be a fan of this movie. You're just a weirdo. But this is it's its own cult classic. I don't know really how else to put it.
Yeah, that's about it. No reason to, set it up too much more, I don't think.
Alrighty. So we'll see you guys in about
109 minutes.
Hello, we are back from the wild adventure of Psycho.
Yeah, still as good as I remember it being. It's just a very well-made movie in general. You get a lot of classic scenes, and that musical score is just perfection. Even looking at it more critically, not a lot of bad things to say about it. It does run a little bit long, I suppose, but that also is kind of nice to have that, sort of change, halfway through. It's an iconic thing to do. So overall, still very satisfying. What about you?
Yeah, I can see why this would be considered scary for that time. I like that we had, even though she doesn't turn out to be necessarily a good person per se, I like that a good chunk of the movie was about a female lead, which was nice. I also enjoyed the tension building of the music, the score.
Oh yeah.
Not necessarily the which of course is great, but just overall, whoever composed the sound and the music for the movie did a phenomenal job. Again, it's hard to knock it because this movie was 1960?
Yeah.
So it's just very well done, especially for that time. And the fact that it's still watchable, it's still good after all this time.
Yeah, it's it definitely is a classic, and it has been one of my favorites for a very long time. It's probably one of the first horror movies I ever watched. Shout out to my mom. So with that, sorry guys, it's just kind of hard to talk about it when they're good.
Yeah.
We specialize in the turds. Anyways.
Well, no, I mean our last faves have been pretty long, but that's because there's a lot of things we can nitpick and comical things we could talk about. At least for Sleepaway Camp and Friday the 13th, number 4, the final chapter. Let Me In, that one was a pretty long one too, but I know we were being very critical, and because it's such a different movie, we had to talk about all the different artistic abilities that it had in it.
Yeah.
But this one is it's just good. I can see why, again, it's a classic. I can see why, I know it's been his favorite for a long time, and it's one of my favorites that I would sit down and rewatch with him, no problem at all. let's watch Psycho. Yeah, let's do it. And the fact that it, even though it's in black and white, I just thought the finesse of it all was good. And that's just, it's just great. It's just great to see. It's great to see that finesse.
Yeah,
I don't really know how else to describe it, really. I mean, if you started off, I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't imagine somebody not liking this movie.
Some people think it's not terribly scary, but
it's
depends on what-
1960.
yeah, it depends on what scares you. You know, obviously it was made in 1960. A huge controversy around this one was showing a toilet flushing. That was a huge controversy in 1960.
I don't think people realize too, like, yeah, it's not particularly scary, but you have to also consider, like, what was allowed to be shown on film at the time as well.
Yeah, there's a reason why they use, you know, Hershey's chocolate syrup in blood. You know, they probably, even if it wasn't in black and white, they probably couldn't show anything that was like too close to being red.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Now that you brought that up, like, think about it now. If they were allowed to add, if Alfred Hitchcock, God bless his soul, was allowed to incorporate those things now, because we're not going to talk about the remake of Psycho. I'm not going to, because one, I haven't seen it, and I can't take Vince Vaughn as a serious actor. I'm sorry, I can't.
Well,
drag me if you want.
It is basically a shot-for-shot remake too. So it's like literally the same movie, just with new actors and actresses, basically.
It's kind of lame.
Yeah, it's literally a shot-for-shot
I
remake.
mean, if you're gonna do a remake, at least modernize it. Like Child's Play, like that was a pretty good modern interpretation of the film.
Well, there's also a TV show. I don't know if it's still on, but it was Bates Motel.
I haven't seen it, but I know my brother watched it. I have to ask his opinion on it for sure. But yeah, I'm just imagining the possibilities if they were even allowed to incorporate, like, not necessarily more nudity, but maybe a little bit more vulgarity, like blood scenes and things like that. I think that would just make it even better. It's still great, so again, I'm not knocking it at all.
Yeah. So with that being said, what is the rating?
It's a 5. Like, it's a 5. I don't really have anything negative to say about it. The only thing I guess you could say that's negative about it, we don't really get diversity. But then again, the psychiatrist did look Asian. I could be wrong. He did look Asian.
A little bit. Same thing for me. It's a 5. I don't know how you would improve this very much. Like, at all. There's not a lot you can do to make it much better.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a whole lot to, even like if you wanted to nitpick, it would be hard.
Yeah, like the acting was good, the score was good, the change of scenes were good. Even like the end where is it breaking the fourth wall?
Oh, him staring into the camera.
Staring into the camera? Would that be considered breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah, you could consider it that.
Like, even transitioning from, like, her, Bates, Norma, or Norman, however you want to theorize, the very end, when it breaks from him staring at the camera to the car scene, you gotta pay attention. And I just noticed this now, for the first time.
Oh, the skull?
The skull. And showing that the mother is still in control, it's just good. Like, I just noticed that for this time. I can't believe I have not noticed, but now I guess considering that we were paying really, really close attention for the sake of this video we're doing, it was good to see that. I was happy to find something new.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely one of those ones you can rewatch again and again and again, you know, if you wanted to. All right, well, that's good.
Alrighty. The next episode is going to be the last of what I consider one of my favorite horror movies. So we will see you guys in that episode. Thanks for watching.